I hope you're enjoying the virtual crop. This happens once a month with Creative Memories. Facebook is where you can participate in the crop and where you have a chance to win some prizes as well. If you need some help with your projects or need to get some supplies, I'd be happy to help you with that. You can order things directly from my website, or you can get in touch with me. And also, if you're in Northern Utah and want to come in person, you can shop here where I have some inventory, or join one of our crops or other events that we have throughout the year. I'm working on sketch number 1 in this video, and I'm going to be using the Christmas Cheer collection. So here's what the sketch looks like. It has spaces for 3 4x4 photos. You could definitely adjust that based on your photos or your layouts. And then it has several layers of different layers of paper to give you some variety in your colors and things. So I'm going to show you how I'm going to do that with just a couple sheets of paper and getting all those layers and some stickers to finish it off. I picked this sheet of paper that's the green plaid on one side and the red, primarily red plaid on the other side from the Christmas Cheer paper collection. And then I just grabbed some white cardstock. And if you've seen my other videos I've done for the virtual crop layouts, you'll notice this is the paper I used for another project already. And I saved the majority of the larger part of it to use in this layout. So what we want is one full 12 by 12 piece. And I think I'm gonna go with the green for that, but we'll decide when we cut it out. And then one piece that's gonna be the second layer that's 11.5 inches, and then a third layer of paper that's 11 inches. So I'm gonna have one part of this paper be the big background, and then the other side be the inner, top layer of that background, if that makes sense to say. And I guess we can decide which side we're gonna use for each one after it gets cut. But to start off, we need to cut it to that 11 by 11 inch. And we're gonna do that by gutting the paper. So we're gonna cut a half inch in on each side. Try to not butcher this. A half inch is a little thin. If you are going straight to a Creative Memories page, like if this is gonna go directly down onto a page in your album, it's really easy with these gutted pieces just to adhere down, and you don't have to worry too much about them getting, I don't know, kind of misshapen or ski-wampus or just being unstable as you're adhering the layers together. But we'll have to be a little careful about that here, since I'm not going to put it down onto a Creative Memories page straight away. I might eventually. I do primarily scrapbook on the Creative Memories album pages. But for a lot of the stuff I make for my videos, I'm just grabbing whatever is fun. And especially for something like the virtual crop, I want to do it pretty quickly. So I don't actually have photos for this layout yet. We have taken some Christmas photos this year already, and I'm hoping to get some more. But I haven't printed any Christmas photos from this year. I can't recall if we took many photos last year. I don't think so. Maybe a few. We went to visit my husband's family in southern Utah for Christmas last year. And it was kind of a quick little trip, but we had a nice visit with everybody. And it's always fun to get away. I didn't cut my gutted background quite enough in any of the corners here, so I'm just snipping them with some scissors. You could also just line this back up on your trimmer and finish the trimming that way. Okay, so now I've got the outer layer of the background and the inner top layer, and then the white paper is going to be in between the two. And then we'll look at what are the combination options with those. And we want this one to be cut to 11.5 by 11.5. And I'm just going to cut 1/2 inch off the full edge of these two sides that are a little bit wider. And since I gutted this, I mean, I knew I was going to use this paper in this way, so that's why I did gut it out the way I did. I knew I wasn't going to have that exposed anywhere. It would get covered up when I put this layout together. Okay. So I think these are the 3 sizes we needed. Let's make sure everything matches up. So if we want the red as the top layer, that would go here on top of the white. And then I guess you could do red as the back as well. I mean, no reason not to. So if you've got one paper you just really like and you want to give that kind of little bit of a border in between, that actually looks pretty cool. You would, with a single page, be able to kind of leave that border in between. You could also just make a frame and like gut that if you were going to do it that way. Here's what it looks like with red as the back layer and green as the top layer. And then let's do the opposite and just see. Because this is what I originally was thinking about doing, but I kind of like that green being the primary color. Primary as in majority color on the page. Yeah, so that looks good too. If I wanted more red, I think this would be perfect. But having seen what the green looks like as the top layer, I think I actually prefer that. So this is what we're going to do. Attach these 3 layers just like this. I'm going to put this one down first because I do have a little bit more room to play. I don't have to be as careful. And then I'll be a little more careful as I'm adhering that skinnier border on the very back. So with this one, I did get out the Christmas cheer stickers. I probably will use some of them here, but there were these really fun wood log border stickers from another collection that I had, and I thought that would be really fun here. So thinking like, you know, fireplace, Christmas fireplace, hearth kind of stuff. And the logs on the fire. Anyway, that's kind of what I had in mind. I think it's really fun to bring in other textures and things. Whoops. So things like wood grain and leaves and stuff go really great with a lot of other collections. So they look good for Christmas and other things as well. Okay, with this one, it's getting adhered to a pretty thin border behind it. I'm trying to keep my adhesive right along the edge. And like I said, if you're putting this straight down onto, whoops, that was not right on the edge. If you're putting this straight down onto an album page, right into your book, this is not as critical, but try and get this really centered, make sure my paper isn't kind of warped anywhere and getting adhered in a weird way. But the repositionable adhesive is pretty forgiving, but has a pretty good hold as well. So just going to double check I got enough adhesive to hold this down on all the sides. Yep, so far so good. There's maybe one little spot here that didn't get a lot, but I think it's okay. I'm just rubbing off the extra so it's not going to stick to my table. But look how cute that is. And there's so many, like, you could do this sort of thing with any collection or any set of colors, any theme. This would look really good. On this layout, it has 4x4 photos kind of across the middle with borders along the top and bottom, and they stop the border at the outside edge of like what would be my white piece here, but I'm gonna go ahead with the border all the way across. And the other thing I'm gonna do is actually cut one of these borders in half and just use one sticker. Could very easily do two, do both of them all the way across, but I'm gonna try to get this centered and just cut right across the middle. And I guess if it's not totally centered, it's not that big of a deal because I could just cover up with my photos. Okay, here we go. Cutting that sticker border in half. That looks pretty good. That looks pretty well centered. About the same height on each side. So I'm pretty happy with that. And then let's see. I should have measured in advance to make sure I had something that was about 4 inches. Let me see what I've got here. Actually, this is a little bit smaller than 4 inches in this direction. I'm going to use that as my spacer. But one tip, one good idea you might want to have in your scrapbooking tools is just a set of spacing pieces. So basically just scraps where you could use something like this as a spacer for 1/2 inch if you're trying to get something spaced out a certain amount. So 1/2 inch, 1/4 inch, those are really good options, but also something like 4 inches or 4x6, that's where you would put, or where you can help like align where your photos are going to be. So I do not have that out at the moment. In the past, I've done some stuff like that, but I haven't been using official spacers recently. And I'm just going to use this plaid design to line up where my sticker is going to go, because I've got this straight edge since I cut it. Just get that edge right there from side to side, and then my 4 inch photo would be approximately this tall. And I will line up the top part of my log border where the top of that photo will be. So approximately right here. Okay, so I mean, that was pretty quick and easy, but that's really it. And instead of a sticker border, you could do a border maker cartridge punch out or another border. You could do a row of shapes or other stickers and things. I am going to add a little bit of decoration. This would also maybe be a cute title page for your album to do something like this. And if you wanted to make it more decorative, you could use a decorative punch along the outside of your layers. Where I'm kind of thinking of like fireplace here, I like this stocking picture or sticker. Deck the halls is a cute word to include here, but it's kind of small, so I'm looking for something a little bit bigger. And I like this Christmas love banner. So I'm gonna take this down here and use, I'm gonna cut up my foam square into a couple little strips. The newest version of the foam squares has a lot of different sizes. I'm still working with a few of my older packs, just using up the last bits there. So I don't have as much variety in the sizes yet, but I will soon. I'm excited to transition to those new ones. I've used them a little bit, and having the variety of sizes is really nice. Just gonna cover up a little bit of the sticky sticker part that I don't want to have stick down to the page. I need to trim that off. Okay. So some foam squares, Christmas love down here. It's a nice little one. But I would like something just a little bit bigger. Maybe Christmas cheer up here. Maybe making spirits bright. That's kind of cute. Maybe I'll do some Christmas ornaments. So we've got that one, we've got this green one. The best time of the year is very cute too, but I'm not sure I want 2 word ornaments. Yeah, let's do the green one and the red one. We'll do foam squares for those as well. And I'm just kind of gently setting that down now in case I need to move it around a little bit in a sec. I'm gonna cut one more foam square a little bit. And this one needs to be cut a few times because it's a little too big, even in the other direction, to put where I want it. Just right there. Let's cover up a few sections of the stickiness back here. Cute. I like the red up against that green, but I do feel like I need at least one other little thing up there. So, there were the ornament embellishments. I could grab some of those from this collection. Those would be cute. Could do the little gift for you. Yeah, that's cute. And then it brings in a little bit more of that other color from this collection. Let's see, anything else we need? I think that little cluster of 3 is good. But I might bring some of the star stickers down here since we don't have that gold elsewhere on the page. Got a couple little gold stickers down by my Christmas love banner. That's nice. I think I like that just as it is. So we've got this 4-inch tall section that photos would go on, and the recommendation is 4x4 photos, but you could put a couple 4x6s instead, or 4x3s, or different sizes. They don't have to all be the same. And I think I like that, just like that. I'll have to see if I've got some good pictures I could print today and get those on there to have this finished.